Get back here. Window. There we are. All right, so we're back at this thingy. And back at this thingy. Let's get some music going. Let's check mic. Mic works. Looks like mic's working. All right, soundbite. Soundbite works. Remix. Remix works. Okay, face. Face works. All right, let's go ahead and get started then. Without further ado, go time. All right. So, where we left things off and where we go from here. Right now, BitRot has already attacked the Dash Join wallet. So we got to counteract some BitRot. Now, what the BitRot was, is that at the time I was running this, I had the P2P proxy running on an instance that was ephemeral that I just had for, I think the name was called something like Delete Me. It got deleted. So I need to redeploy that. I want to deploy this to coinjoin.digitalcash.dev. Those are the first two things that I want to do to get this set up. And the next thing is I want to do wallet phrase. I want to put that in a settings tab. So let me write this stuff down. I need to pin this comment thing here. How do I do this? How do I pin? Pin? Nope, I don't have the ability to pin, so I just need to copy link. I'm gonna bring this over here for my future reference. Right. All right, so I'm gonna go notes to self, temporary notes to self. I'm just putting it in a channel. Got the key. Yeah. Those are a couple of things that we need to do. Also, what I'd like to do is integrate. I don't know if I want to. I got to see where I'm at with this to determine what to integrate where. I know that we need to visualize MN connections. And what does that button do? This button doesn't do anything. Now, is this real money or is this test money? This is all test money. Okay. Oh, we need to get this thing. All right. So a couple of the things that we have to have. Oh, hey everybody, how's it going? We have to have separate URLs for. So at the core of it, we need a separate URL for RPC and test RPC and P2P and test P2P. But we don't necessarily need separate URLs for the things that use them, like CoinJoin. We don't need a CoinJoin and a test CoinJoin because we can very effectively just have a little switchy doodle that says mainnet or testnet. In the case of the RPC, which maybe is a design flaw, maybe I should host the actual RPC itself somewhere else. But this is the API URL, and the default behavior of the API URL is to serve, well, at the root, is to serve the application. So that's why this one, TRPC and RPC, have different URLs, and TRPC turns out not to be a good name because there's some other protocol that's now called TRPC. But that's where this doesn't have a network selector, because it's not a matter of either or. It's a matter of this is actually where the service is hosted. It's just convenient to host the files there too. So with that said, let's just go ahead and get started. And the goal is that I've got an allowance on this. I've got, I think, at least a week worth of budget that's still just sitting there in the AJ Jojo Byte reserves for dedicating to this. So I've got at least a week on that, possibly up to 2 weeks. Actually, I might even have a little bit more. Anyway, point is, there's budget to focus on this and to get it right. So that's what I'm gonna do. We'll just go ahead and start with those things I outlined. First, let's get the P2P up. So I'm going to go ahead and let's merge this back into the bottom for now. And we'd be looking at network. If we refresh here, we're going to see... Okay, this post is going to fail. No, this post is not going to fail. This post is coming back just fine. What is it that's going to fail? I don't like the new Brave. It has the Windows problem. The Windows problem being that on Windows, you can never get the edge of a window. You never get the little... See how there's only one pixel there? There's only one pixel, and then it goes away immediately. Yeah, to be able to grab that. I think that's a Windows issue that they brought over to Mac by mistake. Somehow. Okay, so this one... There's the WebSocket. Wait, is this up and running now? Okay, data. It looks like we got an error. I'm going to have to pop this out to be able to see what the error is. So y'all tell me how you're doing, what you're working on, what's going on tonight, and what would you like to see in an online CoinJoin wallet? Okay. So is this connected? Did it connect? Yes or no? Provisional headers shown. Payload. Nothing. Do we have an error? Yes. There we go. So it failed. And the reason it failed, you can see Ubuntu 127 scratch dev. So in case that wasn't abundantly clear, that was just something that I threw up with no specified purpose. So I don't think that it actually exists anymore. So that's problem number one to take care of. Actually, the way I reorganized this, I don't want to show all the other, the names of all the other servers, clients, and stuff. Which, by the way, I would like to get... This is one of the the proposals that I've got stewing. I'm very timid about proposals because I'm not good at convincing people of things. It's either, you know, you like what I'm selling or you don't. I'm not a good politician. And it's very clear to me that there is a lot of politicking that goes on. And it's just, I've got a little bit of trepidation because I've got ideas that I know are some of the right ideas. Because there's sometimes when I don't have a really good handle on the market, but there's other times when I don't have to worry about it because the market's already spoken. And there's some things that I know that if we're going to get adoption in the market, we have to do. It's not really a matter of opinion. It's a matter of the fact of the market. The question is only, does the market care at all? Not if the market cares, does the market, you know, like we know that the market wants the web. We know that. There's no question about that. You know, that as an example. Anyway, but one of the things I've got cooking is Dash VPSs. We know the market wants VPSs. What we don't know is if the market wants Dash VPSs, but we know that people want things at a lower price. And we know that if we provide container instances at a lower cost, you know, that's a win. The question is the cost low enough that it makes sense that people would buy Dash to pay the lower cost? Because then there's the fees of going from fiat currency to Dash and all that. Anyway, that's not the important subject. I am going to check and see if we still have that instance at all, if it still exists. I don't think we do. I think that it got deleted because its name was Scratch, like, you know, temporary. And I was like, clean up some stuff here. Okay. I know that we have some, the other thing that I think I was confused about is I set up the production instances for the P2P proxy, but I didn't actually start the P2P proxy on them yet. So I think that when I did the cleanup, I thought that I'd already moved it over, but in fact I hadn't. Not a big deal. It's not much lost there. Okay, so this is... Alright, this is one of the older instances. I did introduce a bug when I upgraded that I need to go back and fix on the Alpine things. I think this is Alpine, right? Etsy issue. Yeah, this is Alpine, but it's 317. I think the other one was 318 or 319. And then we're going to go back to Digital Cash Dev. Do we have a link back to the GitHub? Okay, we do. I need to get that set up here. We should have P2P web proxy. This is just empty. All right. So what does that tell me? That tells me that right now, either this is living on another branch. No, it's not living on another branch. Or this is currently living in another repository, which I think is the case. I was going to move it over here. I didn't move it over here. Let me think. Where did that go? So it might be over on Dash Hive. Dash P2P.js. This is not the proxy, but it might be, the proxy might be in a branch. Was this a node service? Okay, I think I wanted to make it a Go service rather than a Node service. No, this one looks different. Let me consider this. Oh, never walk away from a project. Don't do it. Then you got to come back months later and figure out where it goes. I mean, I try to get better at this. I really do. It's just one of those things. Okay. Okay, here's P2P web proxy. Okay, so I did create it in Go. All right. Dash Hive P2P web proxy. Is it not there? Okay. So I may have done a bad thing. I may have done a wrong thing. That is to say, there may not be a repository for this. This may have only existed as a technical demo. Let's see how much code we have here. It's not the code that's the value. It's the documentation. Because look, 133 lines of code. That's not where the value is. Okay, so basically we did not get this P2P thing done. We just got it to a very whippy place. All right, let's go take a look at this one. I call it P2P web proxy. Okay, so it looks like this should have had a whip branch, but it just didn't get one. That's what I'm seeing here. Ooh, I think that's the sound of hot cocoa coming. Thank you, honey.
It's hot.
Oh. Well, I like my hot cocoa cold.
What? Last time you said you liked it hot.
I said I liked it warm.
Make up your mind, man.
That is very hot, yes. I'll have to wait on that
I
one.
can drink it.
No. No. Leave it here. Leave it here. I'll let it get cold, and then I'll drink it.
Nice and steamy.
Thank you, honey. All right. That is kind of scary, though, to be honest. That was not sitting in a repository, because that should have been sitting like this. I am ashamed. This is something to be guilty of. There isn't anything to compare. What do you mean there's not anything to compare? Was there code here? There's no code here. Of course there's stuff to compare. Oh, entirely different commit histories. Okay, got it. Got it. Okay. So... Sweet. Oh no! Oh, yes. Okay, so anyway. All right. Interesting. All right, so the good news is we got something up there. Next step is we need to deploy it to our trusty rusty T-P2P and then get some documentation along the way as to how we're doing this. So my guess is that we're going to build... Whoops. Dash P2P web proxy. Let's go take a look at the documentation for the other one, the RPC web proxy, because the documentation for that's going to be about the same as what we want to have for this one. Still a little too hot, but good. All right, so here's RPC web proxy. This one I think has some documentation in the issues. So here, on the repo, git go, edit the Explorer, create the file, build it for Linux, run the help, configure some stuff. Yeah, so this documentation is almost going to be verbatim the same. Okay. So I'm going to take this whole thing here, and I'm going to throw that into the README as we go. And edit it as we go, rather. I'm going to throw it into the README right now. Go away, fly! Let me have my hot chocolate in peace. Alright. So here we just swap out all instances of RPC proxy to P2P web proxy. Do I want to keep the web in it? I think I do. If I could go back and rename the other one. Well, I don't know. For consistency's sake, until I rename both of them. Well, no, this one is a little bit different because P2P is not natively web. That's what's interesting about this. So that actually makes sense. All right, so we're going to clone everything. Well, I don't know about the Explorer yet. Although it would be interesting to see how we do that. I have an idea for how to do that Explorer. But basically it would be open the connection, send the hello, you would send the packets and then see what the responses were, but it would be kind of asynchronous. I don't know, it seems like it would be of limited value because there's so much other stuff that you would need to do. With the RPCs, it's very simple. It's just data going back and forth. Which they should have just made it an API. I don't know why they did RPCs, probably because college kids and homework assignments. But because there's additional complexity in the way that it is done. It did not simplify anything the way that it was done, as opposed to a standard RESTful API. Well, standard. I mean, there is no such thing as a standard RESTful API, but conventional, let's say, RESTful API. And I am not a REST extremist. In fact, I think a REST extremist would not be a REST extremist. Meaning that people that really truly value REST would do it differently than the way that it's portrayed often. Okay, so I don't know what all these options are. I might just get rid of those options. Register as a system daemon. Yada yada. Okay, so let's check and see with our thing here. What does the help do? Not a lot of enchilada. Okay, so we've got no help on this. So this is something that I want to do this later, but I don't want to do it now. Alright, we're going to skip this piece of music because I don't want the lyrics. Alright, but let's go ahead and do the Linux build. Okay. Dash P2P Linux. Oh, of course, duh. Or we don't have help implemented yet anyway. I do want to get a very rudimentary help implemented though. Because reasons. Oh, we don't have help or version in here either? Oh, sad. What's the most recent Go project that I've worked on? I had something very recently. I just got to remember what it was. Which repository was it in? Just want to find my standard Go boilerplate. Oh, it was Unrar. What? Runzip. Runzip. That's what it's called. Runzip. That was Go project. Okay. Let's see. Did I implement... I'll bring this over in just a second. Yeah, okay. So with Runzip, I did the standard stuff. So here we have... We don't need to worry about TinyGo in this case. Because we're not going to run this server with TinyGo. Oh my. And so it is. So what we would do here is we would just do var. And we might even be able to do const. All right, so that's pretty normal. Print version, print usage. All right. And then it's going to be dash P2P web proxy dash dash port, say 8080 dash dash public. How do we do the other one? Let me go check the other one. I want to make it consistent. I've started to notice that I've developed one of those streamer cadences when I'm speaking, and I want to figure out how to stop that. Not stop it, change it. Do something different. I think it might be I'm trying to not say or trying to not put in some sort of verbal stutter, and I end up doing something with the intonation or the inflection of my voice that feels artificial. Okay, do we have port here? We've got port and then web root, which we don't have that yet. So I'll just leave that for now. I can implement the port right now, and that makes sense. For simplicity, I'm actually going to leave this in here for now. So now we have bind address. I guess that's what it is. I'm not using as many verbal stutters. Well, I did just stutter. I said I'm not twice. things like and like and But in place of that, rather than speaking with the cadence that I would have with a normal person, I still end up having a weird inflection. Instead of speaking like I'd speak to a normal person, I still end up having a weird inflection. That sounded more natural, but that was complete. I'm looking in here to see how I did the flag handling. Oh, weird. That threw me off to have dash command proxy altogether. Because I was looking for command. So I'm scanning for a short 3-letter word and I just missed it because it's not what I was scanning for. I like this. Parse it as a number, which it is. Then use printf to convert it to a string rather than converting it back to a string. I also kind of like the idea of, instead of using environment variables, just use the flags. No, because there's places where that doesn't quite work. But I would like to just say, okay, you're going to deploy it, just deploy it with the flags that you want. Flags are less confusing than environment variables because they're more explicit and they take precedence over environment variables. Oh, interesting. Is this the listening port or the connecting port? Did I just close that by mistake? I've already got too many tabs open. Closing some out. Oh, here I define RPC URL. Right. So we have HTTP port, external, RPC port, internal. think I had disabled Go for some reason. Maybe some plugins weren't working correctly. Odd. Or did I call it dash D or just dash? Okay, let's organize these in some way where that makes sense. Dash RPC proxy. Okay, not dash D. I'll stick with that naming then. I'm going to close this out for the moment so I've got less clutter. So dash P2P web proxy, that's the name. What do you mean it's undefined? What's going on here? Oh, it's recursively checking and seeing that it's never used. Got it. Why did I decide to do it this way? Oh, I see. I'm not sure if I like the way that I'm doing this here, but I'm going to go with it. It's the most recent way I did it. It makes sense. It's just not the pattern that I normally go with. Okay. Normally I just string it all together. This, or that, or that, or that. So that it matches double dash version, single dash version, or version as a subcommand. Same thing with help. This is slightly less explicit anyway. And then we have a certain number of arguments that's allowed. We're gonna get a little bit with this. I'm not gonna go on all in on this tonight, I think. I'm gonna let this simmer, get a good night's rest, and attack this really strong. Partially tomorrow, partially Thursday. But I've got, like I said, I've got probably over a week that I'll be working on this, so I got a little bit of time to let it simmer and come back. Meaning to let it actually work in my brain where I was at. But I think this is good. We're gonna pick this up pretty quickly. Okay, so. Did I put flags on this one? Dang it. Did I put flags in this one? Yeah, there's the flag package. That's what I want. Bar HTTP port and got it. Where my Go import's not working? What has broken here? That's weird. Why does that take so long? Every single time. It's not doing anything yet, is it? Huh. It's very strange. Why is that taking so long? 2 megabytes. Must be some macOS security thing preventing the execution from running. Actually, heard about something like this in the past where before running an unsigned program, it reaches out to a web service with the hash of the program. Could that be happening? I hope not, but maybe. Let's take out of quarantine and try again. No, that's still wicked slow. I don't know what to make of that. But it doesn't matter. What does matter is that we copy it over there. And we take a look at our documentation for how to do the deploy. I was just suggesting you put it in the bin folder. Okay, we'll put it there. Oh. There we go. Why does that take so long? It's really confusing to me, but whatever, we'll go with it. And if I'm not mistaken, the P2P stuff doesn't have anything to guard it at all. It's completely open to the public. What is going on with my Go tooling? I don't know what I did recently, but obviously my Go tooling is screwed up because it's not finding things in the same package anymore. Type with counter. Hmm. Oh, right. Because what we want to be able to do, one of the things we want to be able to do is deduct bytes from the API token. Okay, I see what I was doing. Just basically mocking out some code so that we could have authorization in the future. That makes sense. So we have an HTTP handler. This is for the web side. It's going to accept a WebSocket connection. It's going to defer the close of the WebSocket connection. We write... Well, actually, let me go back here. So this is something, I think it was my friend who was suggesting this, that we need to be careful about using defer in a way that we mask potential errors. So I'm going to wrap this to say, hey, we're going to ignore the close, because if we already closed and we close again, there's nothing we're going to do to handle that error. It's not an error that we care about. Likewise, if we're handling an error by sending an error, we fail to send the error, we don't care. So we use this netcon wrapper that comes from the Coder WebSocket package, and I remember validating that the Coder WebSocket package was a good one. It's a binary connection. We're piping it in both directions. Either side closes, we close the other side. And the main bit of magic is we're fetching the allow list from either RPC or TRPC. I need to make a flag for that probably. One of the things I love about Go is that the documentation is automatic. I wish that I could get that everywhere. I wish that I had a way to get that with the TypeScript JS doc hybrid that I use in JavaScript. That's one of the things that looks really promising about it, but it doesn't end up working out because not all of the JS doc that's supported by TypeScript is supported by the JS doc tool. There is a TypeScript doc tool that's supposed to work with JS doc. I haven't seen how it works in practice yet. I did try running it one time. It ran, but there was much to it. How are y'all doing tonight? By the way, how are y'all doing tonight, by the way? Oh, that's why it took so long every time. It was making a network request. That was a bad move on my part. The network request it was making before it was starting was going out to rpc.digitalcache.dev. You need to allow for a custom. I do need to allow for a custom RPC URL. That's right. Focused Warrior. What's up, bad Nintendo? No Nintendo is ever bad. We're gonna ask Jippity something. Build it or Bob will. Indeed. How's the weather hanger? Ask GPT if you should gift me a Bitcoin. Okay, I'll do that. The weather hanger. I don't know what you mean by the weather hanger. So do I need to parse it first? That was the question. Yes, I do. Oh, it can? Okay, that's what I... Okay, yes, this is good. This is good. These are essentially optional. I'll keep them essentially optional. This is good. Should I gift Twitch user Bad Nintendo a Bitcoin? How's the weather? Just a bit? Just with a bit? Or my stupidity attached? Of what? You're not making any sense. Oh, of. How's the weather? Comma, just with a bit of my stupidity attached. Got it. It was kind of a dreary day today. Oh, it depends on my relationship with them, their appreciation of Bitcoin, and whether it aligns with my intentions for the gift. Bitcoin can make Oh, Bitcoin can make a memorable gift. Yes, I would say that $60,000 can make a memorable gift. Oh, one of these days, I gotta go through my backups and see if I can recover one of my wallets. Because I've got, I think it's half a Bitcoin somewhere on some backup drive. I probably have it on my NAS. Probably wouldn't be that hard to find. I could probably just look for a Bitcoin D folder. I only ran it for a day and I made something in the realm of half or quarter of a Bitcoin. Anyway, interest in Bitcoin. If Bad Nintendo is interested in a cryptocurrency, as mentioned, wanting to explore it, this could be a well-received gift. Oh, on the other hand, if they've not shown interest. Security and usability. Bitcoin requires some knowledge of secure storage and access. Are they comfortable? Do they need assistance? Bitcoin's value can fluctuate, so keep in mind that the amount you gift could rise or fall in value. This is purely from novelty as a token amount. This might not be as important. TOS compliance. Twitch's terms of service don't cover external gifts explicitly, but it's generally safer to avoid significant monetary transfers in public setting unless it's agreed upon with the recipient privately. Okay, with all these considerations check out. Interesting that you didn't mention I should check to see if it's financially responsible. I don't think my wife would approve of me gifting $60K to a stranger on the internet. Just food for thought. It's going to be my wife. Yes. Yes. Oh, I've already told it I'm married. It's easy to overlook that when focusing on the excitement of the idea. All right. Well, Bad Nintendo, the good news is ChatGPT was pretty favorable. Oh. Let's see. Okay, here we are. String bar. Hmm. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and build this again. Copied over to the appropriate place again. I kind of like it being a two-step process, so at least saved in my history. All right, see, now it does the right thing. I would like it to report the number of nodes it found. Wonder if we could use file URLs. I would probably need to construct this object with these things defined. Really? That doesn't seem right. What did I do wrong? I am very confused right now. I wonder if GPT just lied to me. I'm very, very confused. Okay, that looks great. That's exactly what I would expect. Result. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. Okay, map, string, struct. Map, string. I'm just confused. Let's go back all the way up here and see if we can take a look. It seems as though it's missing the result. Okay. Yeah, so there's a result, and then the result has these mappings. I think this probably worked in the past because I was only handling it local result. or local host. Because the way the mapping was working. What's weird about this is that it shows error being there. Oh, because it's taking error as the key. I see. So what I should be looking for here is the term struct. So we see error, ID, result. And I believe the ID can actually be a number or a string. ID can also be null. Okay. So, oh, and obviously error can be null. Oh, whoopsie daisies. Whoopsie! Asterisk goes on that side. The result is this map, right? Okay. Oh. Hmm. What's up, Fishy Codes, TTV? How you doing? I'm doing all right. I'm just coding away here. I've got a JSON response for a collection of endpoints. It's a list of endpoints to connect to that I'm trying to figure out why it's not printing out. I pretty much got it. I'll test it again here. Okay, I think that I must have done a little bit more work on this on that server and just not had it committed, because I was at least getting as far as having the things connected. So I'm disappointed in myself on that. That was irresponsible of me to not have that saved in Git. I probably thought, oh, I'll just do a little fix up and push it tomorrow, but tomorrow didn't come. I seem to remember having this problem before. It should be easy enough to fix, though. What I'm hoping that I don't have to do is end up debugging the WebSocket connection. That would be a pain in the butt, twice removed. I don't know why I didn't commit this. I had the repository listed there, but I'm guessing that what I did was I probably had it copied over to that temporary server, and that's weird. Yeah, the server's definitely not in the list. Let me look in this list real quick. Yeah, this one goes up to 18. Do I see any of them that have the ID 27? Oh, I do. Okay, let me see if that server is still up then. It's called Dash Go Dev 1 and one. There's another one called Dash Go Dev 2 that's down, and it could be that they just got flippy flopped. So I'm going to bring both of them back up. See if I can get into them. Ha ha! Okay. All right, so yeah, there's multiple changes here. Let me copy this file over, because this was already fixed. So I'm not going to do any more work in here like that. Well, maybe I will. All right. There we go. That's much better. All right. Yeah, so I did do a little bit more work on this. But I don't think that I did this quite right. I think that the way that I was just developing it a moment ago is actually better. So if we go with error, string, error, and ID string ID, then I do need to bring in what I was just working on. Checking to make sure that the result exists. Okay. And let's see if this was pushed to any repository. Huh, that's so weird. Interesting. Well, I feel much better now. Okay. All right. Much better, much better. So let me port over some of these changes as well. So this, I have the sort package in here. Meh. All right, so we'll leave that one as is. Okay, and we've got quite a bit of stuff here. Okay, I'm actually going to take this file, this last one. Bloop. Oh my goodness. If only I had my fingers on the right keys on the keyboard. Which file is this? P2P web proxy, okay. That's so weird. This was just working and now it's not. Or rather, it was just recognized as working and now it's not. There we go. That's more like it. Cool. I'm glad we didn't lose that work after all. I'm curious as to why, if the node was running, the connection wasn't going through. That seems kind of odd. Oh, interesting. Okay. Got distracted by a squirrel. It's okay, the squirrel's gone. No squirrels were harmed in the making of this blah 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 blah. Insecure skip verify. Why am I doing that? Oh, I need to document this. Hopefully I did document this. Let me go check that code. I remember what was going on here. I was getting so confused because there's some sort of option. Did I document this? Yeah, I need to go. I don't know why I didn't put the link in there. Origin patterns. There we go. Yeah, I'm glad I got that comment in there because this is one of the cases where we need the comment. So what I think I'm going to do here is actually back stuff up and then copy over what we the other stuff. Okay. Yeah, so what do I need to do on this one then? Interesting. Huh. I wonder what's going on that... It seems like the SNI router isn't routing there anymore. I wonder why. Do y'all remember web TV? This is like before the people who started Netflix were even born. Probably not that old. Pretty sure everybody that started Netflix was familiar with net TV or web TV, I mean. What the chicken? What? Y'all see that? Came out of nowhere. Dum ba dum ba dum ba dum. Dang it! These should apply. They've got the same timestamp on them. Alrighty. And there's some stuff that I need to look into. There's some new compare functions because of generics that I have not actually been using yet. All right. Okay, cool. Interesting. That was not the way that this was supposed to go. So let's take a look at that step by step. Look at P2P first. Okay. All right, so I see what I've got going here that's bueno and not bueno. So we're just going to restore this file because I didn't do what I had thought I had done. Okay, what am I doing? I wanted to copy over the pipe with counter bit. Let me copy that over. So I'm just going to copy over a few of the things. but not make a mess. All right, error. Fetching list, no. Fetch. Allow list. Turn. Okay. And then for the one down at the end, where do we have the skip? Okay, I think this is actually correct. Because I think the skip bit was in here, right? Yeah, okay. So this prunes and this groups. Okay. We're good, we're good. All right. So let's count this one in and go on to the next one. Blum blum, blum blum. That makes perfect sense, I think. And then let's move on to the last one. And the last one is all the stuff that I just added with all of the argument handling. Okay, so let's reset this and let's reconsider. So All right, what else am I going to do here? Okay, where was I at? Okay. Ah! What happened? Okay. Oh, we don't need to worry about that yet. Okay. All right, so let us go ahead and build this for Linux again and copy it over to the server over here again, move it again, and run it again. And what else do I need to do with this? I probably need to add, let's see, T-P2P. Do we already have T-P2P? T-P2P. Interesting. I'm going to search out something real quick. Okay, so this is tp2p.digitalcache.dev, supposedly. Let me check. Yeah, okay. Cool. right, so let me just go ahead and finish getting this deployed, and we're going to call it a night. A little early, but just kind of easing back into the project. Getting to a good spot. Hopefully, we'll have it connected again and working. Didn't get as far as I would have liked, but then again, I didn't remember what I was going to have to do to get this thing, So it's all right. It's all good in the neighborhood. Just getting back into it, and then gonna continue steady forward for hopefully about a good solid week. Okay, so queso. Actually, all right, so let's go over here. Oops. And we'll do sudo vi etc init.d. And then what was the name of the file over here? It's called -rpc proxy. So then over here, we'll call it -p2p web proxy. We probably should call it ws proxy, but we can... Oh, what are we doing here? Deal. I like that. All right. All right, what is it saying that there's no... Ah. Let's try again. I got to get my log service set up on both of these. Okay, now it looks like everything should exist. Okay, cool. All's well. Okay. All right, great. So we're getting a 404 error, which is wonderful. That's exactly what we want to be getting at this stage. And the next piece is if we could switch wallet app from using the Scratch URL to using TP2P. All right. So that should update itself within a matter of a minute here. Oh. And once it does, we should see. Okay, so it is trying to connect here, but why did it fail? Hmm. I'm a little confused on that one. Unknown URL scheme. That does not make sense to me. Oh, I think I know what went wrong here. We'll have to make sure this doesn't come into conflict. So, the method Is it get or is it upgrade? No, that should be right. Yeah, that's a little confusing to me. All right, let's just make sure that we've got the right version there. Oh, okay, that's simple enough. Not an MN list. So, did we pass testnet? I think we didn't pass testnet. Or there we go. Okay, now let's try this again. Where we do restart. Ba-da-bump, ba-da-dum. And I'm going to refresh that connection. All right, sweet. Cool. Ding, ding, ding. And we've got a winner. Check that out. So here we are. Now it's working again. So that's a good place to pause it. If we go back here. Now instead of getting an error, we're getting connected again. And let's make sure that we... Oh, darn it. Huh. I guess I got... Oh, right, when I did the reset. Okay. So if we go back over to this one and take a look at the README here. This is the README. Well, kind of. So none of that, but we might want, say, testnet. Make sure that this actually maps out. I'm a little confused here. All right, this is 124. This is 125. Oh, wait a second. That doesn't make sense. Hold on. What? Hold the phone. Oh, RPC. Okay, yes, this does make sense. Okay. RPC, that's what we're looking at there. Not P2P. Got it. That's why they're different. All right, cool. So we've got something on the move here now. Oh, whoa, what happened to the camera? Camera, come back to me. What are you doing? Thank you. I don't know how long that was like that, because I just found out about it. All right, cool. So we'll do both a testnet and a mainnet deploy of that. Oh, bless me. Oh, the blessings. They're coming in hard. All right. So we'll do the same thing here, where I'll just move this into the bin folder with the correct name. Then I will sudo etc init.d -p2p web proxy. And I'll pasty make paste a little taste of the paste. Take this in here, set paste. And then we will remove testnet. And then we will also, and I should put this in the README here. So let's see. All right, so we got that. And make sure that this exists as well. So with these two things in play, whoops, what did I do wrong? Oh, I can't touch -P. That's not how we do it. And then sudo rc update add sudo rc service start. All right. Okay. Right. Okay, cool. And then, yeah, we'll call that good for now. All right. So that's our thing for now. I'm going to call it for the night. Get a good night's sleep and continue to attack this tomorrow. I do have some other work that I need to do tomorrow. So I'm not sure if maybe I can work on it a little bit in the morning, or maybe I'll work on it in the evening. I'm not sure when I'm going to be working on it, but I will be working on it. Sometime tomorrow. Just checking a message real quick. Might be relevant. Not sure. Okay. All right. Anything else before we go? I don't think so. All right. I'm going to head out. Catch you later. Adios.